There are so many useful lessons to be learned from Dmitry Pirog. His career was cut short due to a back injury, but he's one of the only professional fighters to win a world championship and retire undefeated. In this video, you'll learn how to become a master baiter and also the rest of his tricks, like level, guard, and slot changing, feinting, baiting, and countering. Pirog's constant level changing feints keep Jacobs on edge and uncover valuable intel that can be used against him later. Feinting shows you how you might exploit your opponent's reactions, like overcommitting to pairing a body jab can open them up to the lead hook. Feinting helps you gauge your opponent's future responses. If your opponent doesn't vary their tactics and strategies, you'll be able to predict them and then counter. Pirog sets up what should have been ruled a knockdown with this three-part sequence from the second round. He first level change feints low, feints a jab high, and then feints a two low, which sets up the next part of the sequence. He feints low, feints high, and then fires a body two. And finally, he changes levels with a lead slip, attacking low before tripling up on his lead hand with a 5-body, 5-1 combo to mask the devastating two that follows. In addition to changing levels, Pirog constantly switches guards, from the Philly shell to conventional guard, high guard, and low guard. See if you can count the guard changes in this chapter. This only works because he's comfortable fighting out of any guard and he's always ready to counter from any guard or stance. He often approaches with his guard down, or in the Philly shell. As he steps into range, he'll often bait his opponent by switching to high guard, or by changing levels. This change of guard or level right as he steps in serves a really important purpose. It provokes a response, often a jab. Pirog is a counter puncher, and he wants to bait punches so that he can counter them. In this example, he throws a probing jab that isn't really meant to land, but instead to provoke a responding jab as he searches for the right opening. He baits the jab again with level, slot, and guard changes. He often lead slips the jab. This can have drawbacks because it moves you closer to your opponent's rear hand, but it also positions your lead hand as a dangerous counter. Check out my ultimate guide on slipping, weaving, and countering for more detail. Another of Pirog's best tools after he draws the jab is to lead slip, and then he throws an overhand over the jab as it comes in. Mayweather is a master of this tactic, as you can see. The lead slip both moves his head to a safe slot and brings his rear hand closer to the target. Another thing Pirog does to bait opponents is to lean forward, extending his chin over his lead foot to provoke a jab, and then he throws an overhand. Another thing Pirog does to bait opponents is to provoke a jab, then he pulls, rear slips, lead weaves, and rear weaves as he looks for an opening to counter. Check out this compilation of what I'm calling the Pirog Special. I'm going to drop a video on stance switching soon. It's a great way to create unorthodox openings, and Pirog knocked out Jacobs with a beautiful combo he prepared all match. But stance switching is not without drawbacks, and you're most likely to be caught when your feet aren't solidly under you, like what happens to Pirog here. But ultimately, Pirog closed the gap for the KO.
Oh, down goes Jacobs on a perfect right hand. Here's the right hand, and boom! What a cagey, scary athlete he is.
Shout out to Ilarion Miskevich 8858 who commented, "Can you make a vid on baiting certain punches?" So I did. And also to Roro No Razoro 2802 for being an OG subscriber. My dudes, like and subscribe for more videos. You have no idea how much something so small helps the channel out. Let me know what you want to see next. I'm still working on videos on pivoting, parrying, and the Philly shell. But drop your ideas in the comments and I'll get to them. Stay up, always.